You are welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tony James. We shall be looking at the topic now. In this video, we shall be looking at now in a deeper sense than the introductory video we did on part of speech, where we describe now as one of the part of speech, and we gave examples of now and used the now in sentences. In today's video, we shall look at the following objectives. We shall recap what we did about now in the last in the video on part of speech. And in today's video, we shall identify types of nouns. We shall teach students the functions of noun. Then we look at common errors students commit in why, and show them how to avoid such errors. But before we go ahead to this video, I want to mention that this YouTube channel is out to help students to prepare for WAEC exams. Students in SS1, SS2, and SS3. This channel will be useful for them to prepare them for the WAEC exam, to build their confidence, to impart knowledge on them, to really write the exam on their own and pass it. The essence of this is to let the student realize that the English language exam is not an end to itself. It's not just the end result, is not just certificate, but for students to have the capacity to write and read fluently in the English language, because this will go to a very large extent to determine what their future will be. And that is our focus. And that is the essence of this platform. Therefore, we encourage parents to help us share this video with their children, to help equip their children with knowledge they need to pass their exam. We all know the importance of the English language. When a student does well in the English language, the chance that such a student will do well in the other subjects is very high, because the understanding of the English language will go a long way to help the student to understand other subjects. So it's our little contribution to ensure that students are well equipped to face their WAEC exam and face the future, especially when they have all they need to do, when they know all they need to do or to know in the WAEC English exam. So that is the essence of this platform. We're also using this opportunity to announce to us that we have an online teaching, an online lesson on this platform where we are always one-on-one with our students. So parents should support their children to connect to my online lessons. I'll be able to assist the children, teach them one-on-one, and reveal to them some of the knowledge they need to have in the WAEC exam, to prepare for the WAEC exam. So that is the information. Now, let's go into the video of today as we look at the following objectives. Yes, we have considered the objectives. Let's look at the objective one by one. What is a noun? What is a noun? As we mentioned in the last video, a noun is the name of a person, place, animal, or things. Names of persons, names of place, names of animal or things. And we gave example of a noun as teacher, Lagos, book, etc. Then we mentioned that noun is used in almost every sentence. That is, because of the functions of noun plays vital roles in a sentence. And that is the reason that in every sentence, you find at least one noun. So noun is very important. Now let's go to the next thing, which is types of nouns. What are the types of nouns? Number one, we have the proper noun. The proper noun. We also have the common noun. Common noun. We have the concrete noun and the abstract noun. We also have collective noun, and we have countable and uncountable nouns. We shall look at each of these classification and explain them. Now let's go on as we look at proper noun. What is a proper noun? The proper noun is the specific names of people, places, organizations. Specific names of people, specific names of places, specific names of organizations. What are we talking about? They are general names, as we all know. They are general names in English that are used to name people. For instance, young person who is a male is called a boy. An adult who is a man, who is a male, is called a man. A young lady who is a young lady female is called a girl. An adult woman is called woman, or an adult female is called a woman. So you can see these are general names. And sufficient to know that these general names are not the specific name of individuals. Apart from this general name, individuals have their name. And we must know that name is one of the items of identity. One of the items of identity is name. Anywhere you go, the first thing people ask about you is, what is your name? You want to register with a bank, the first thing they ask you is, what is your name? So that name is key to organization. So the name of a specific organization, the name of a specific institution, the name of a specific nation, specific parent, all this is called proper noun. The very important element is that it begins with a capital letter. The first letter is always capitalized. Everywhere it appears in a sentence, the first letter should be capitalized. This is a very important thing, important information for white students. Many students preparing for white are always careless or perhaps they are ignorant of this. If you write your essay and the names of the proper nouns in your essay are written, the first letters are written in some cases of small letter, you are losing marks. For every of such mistakes, you are losing marks, and that is why many students fail in English exam. These are two things. That makes them fail the exam. So take note of it. All the proper noun in our essay must be written by all that should be written in capital letters. Very, very important. Let's look at common noun. Common noun. Common noun is a term given to things, given to people, given to places. Generally, proper noun in our essay must be written by all that should be written in capital letters. Very, very important. Let's look at common noun. Common noun. Common noun is a term given to things, given to people, given to places. General name. That is, these names are used to refer to the general group. A name that accommodates all. A name that is not specific name of somebody. Example, boy. We know that every young male is a boy. Every urban area is a city. Every institution of learning is a school. These are general names. And another thing we must know about the common noun is that the first letter of common noun need not be capitalized except when it begins a sentence. Common noun need not be capitalized in their first letter except when it begins a sentence. Let's know this. Now let's go to concrete noun. We shall discuss concrete noun and abstract noun together here for better understanding. Because the concrete noun and abstract noun are just words and opposites. Looking at concrete noun, a concrete noun is the type of noun that can be touched or seen. Nouns that can be touched or seen. Example is water, water, chair. This can be touched and seen. We call them concrete noun. Concrete noun. Let's look at abstract noun. Abstract noun are those ones that cannot be seen or be touched. They cannot be seen nor touched. We have example as love, honesty, wisdom. These ones are noun, but you cannot touch them, you cannot see them. Now let's look at collective nouns. Collective nouns. This is a very important aspect of the nouns that students have to increase knowledge, because the WAEC examiner often tells students on collective nouns. They know that many students are ignorant of this. They don't know collective nouns. They don't know the usage. They don't know whether it should be pluralized or whether it's in the plural sense or in the singular sense. This is very important. Collective nouns are names of group of people or things. Collective nouns are names of group of people or group of things. And it is important that we know that the collective noun is not pluralized. You don't pluralize the collective noun because it's a name given to groups. So there's no point pluralizing it. Example, we have team, class, flock. Then we look at example. The team is winning. The team is winning. So in the English language, there are exemptions to rules. But don't let us, I will not want to confuse you here by bringing some exemption. For instance, when you talk of team, where you have more than one team, then we can say teams, the different teams. So in that sense, but don't let us go to that area now. Let's just have this singular idea that collective nouns need not be pluralized. Anywhere you see them in the sentence, you don't pluralize it. And we will talk more about this when we look at subject-verb agreement. Let's look at the next one, that is countable nouns. Countable nouns. These are nouns that can be counted. Nouns that can be counted. Example, we have book, books, student, students. So one thing about countable nouns is that they have singular and plural. We have it in singular and plural. Now let's look at the uncountable nouns. The uncountable nouns are nouns that cannot be counted. They cannot be counted, either by their nature or by rule. They cannot be counted. Example, we have water. Water cannot be counted. Advice, information. All these are uncountable nouns, and uncountable nouns are not meant to be pluralized or taken as a singular. You don't talk about singular or plural with uncountable nouns. That is why most of the uncountable nouns are measured. They are measured. They are better described in measurement. For instance, you have a gallon of water, a cup of water, a bottle of water. So you cannot count water. Information. You rather have pieces of information, not informations. You have some advice, not some advices. So these and many others are examples of uncountable nouns. And students must ensure to use them in the correct way, or else you lose mark. And I'm very sure the WAEC examiner always bring objectives under uncountable nouns. So students should do well by increasing their knowledge of the uncountable nouns. Now let's look at now as a subject. I want to consider them one by one now. Like I listed out the functions of the noun. Noun functioning as a subject, noun functioning as object, noun functioning as an object of verb, functioning as object of a preposition, and the noun functioning as a complement. Now let's show us this with example. Let's show us this with example. Number one, noun as a subject. Now as the subject of the sentence. Look at it. The boy is playing. The boy is playing. I told you that the subject of the sentence is the doer of the action in the sentence. So in this example now, boy is the subject, is the one playing. So the noun functions as subject, as you can see in this example. Let's move to the next one. Noun functioning as object of a verb. Object of a verb. I mentioned to you also that the object of the verb is the recipient or receiver of the action in the sentence. Look at this example. She bought a book. She bought a book. The word book there is the object, the receiver or recipient of the action in the sentence. What is the action in the sentence? Bought. So what she bought is the book. Book is the object of that sentence. Now let's look at noun functioning as object of a preposition. Noun functioning as object of a preposition. Here we are talking about noun being the recipient of the action or the action, whatever the noun is the recipient of the preposition. It is the object of the preposition. Take, for example, the book is on the table. The book is on the table. The object of the preposition is on the receiver of that preposition is the table. Book is on the table. Is the object of the preposition, not the object of the verb. It's not about the verb in this sentence, it's not about any action. It's just the state of being. So the noun there is doing the work of object of preposition. Object of preposition. Is a teacher. John is a teacher. This sentence will not be complete except unless the word teacher is added. If we remove the word teacher, the sentence becomes John is a. The meaning will not be complete. So the noun comes in there to complete the sentence. The noun comes in to complete the sentence. And therefore we say that noun serves as a complement of the sentence. Let's quickly look at noun formation. That is, how do we form nouns? Nouns are formed through verb or adjective. And you can see in many instances, when you add the suffix er to teach, the verb form, it becomes teacher, which is the noun form. Then we also add suffixes to some adjective to form the noun. Look at this adjective, happy. When you remove y and you add iness to the remaining thing, you have happiness. For instance, the word ment, when you add it to develop, it becomes development, and so on and so forth. This is how nouns are formed. Let's look at some of the common errors that students commit in the WAEC exam. The essence here is to ensure that students increase in knowledge of all these mistakes and avoid all these errors so that they will not be losing marks in the WAEC exam. Wrong use of collective nouns will make students lose marks. Take, for instance, adding the article "and" to advice will make a student lose marks because advice, we said, is an uncountable noun, and therefore you don't pluralize or make it singular. It is some advice, not an advice, and not advices. It is some advice. The word children is a collective noun, so adding s to it is an error. You don't add s to children. Children is the collective name for more than one child. Now look at these questions and let's point out nouns. Honesty is the best policy. The type of noun here is an abstract noun. Honesty is the best policy. The team played well. Team here is an example of collective noun. She bought furniture. Furniture here is an example of uncountable noun. You don't pluralize it. Lagos is a big city. Lagos here is an example of a proper noun, the name of a specific urban area. Look at this objective question. She gave me dash. She gave me dash. Here we are looking at options. Option A, an advert. B, some advices. C, some advice. D, advices. The right answer here is option C, some advice. Some advice, not some advices. So we have discussed noun, and we have talked about types of nouns. We have looked at functions of nouns. We have looked at some use of noun, use of the collective noun, the countable and uncountable nouns, and so on and so forth. Students should endeavor to increase their understanding of nouns so that they can improve on their grammar. When you do this, passing the WAEC exam is sure. And I can assure you, your work with us in our online classes will help you more. So do well by joining my online classes. You can reach me via mail. My mail address is yemienglishclass@gmail.com. And you can as well reach me via WhatsApp, 09067686538. If you call and I could not pick your call on time, send a message and I will respond. Until I come your way again, my name is Tony James.